Patty over here. Patty over here. Yeah, I know it's a rope. I could hang myself. I'll flip around real quick. She'll show you. That's our restoration center. Jerry Seinfeld car there. We got a lot of video stories in here to tell. A lot of Saab stories. Go on here. New Gen 95, 98 Aero. Donated 95 by Joe Jerome, good friend. Anyway, we're setting up here at the Saab Heritage Museum, USA, which, by the way, is a 501c3 nonprofit, and it is tax deductible for IRS giving purposes. Anyway, we have a contraption. When you make a trip out here, it's just Patty and I. This time we rode together, tried to make a quick trip, a quick run. I didn't bring my winch. Usually I'd bring the winch and it hooks in the front of the trailer. That's how we loaded the car in the trailer. We kind of got things trapped in there. So we've come here and show them this setup, Patty. We've got the truck hooked up here.
High tech.
High-tech rope that Patty was afraid would break. I said, come on, it won't break. It'll take us all the way to the crash, which is kind of like the airplane with a bad engine. How far will that engine take you? All the way to the scene of the crash. Bad jokes, I know. Anyway, I left my winch at home. No, not Patty, the other winch, this winch. Because it was too heavy, I thought. It weighs 25, 30 pounds. I know I could have just put a couple donuts down at the Donut Man in LA, but we didn't at the convention. Anyway, we run it through here, and the best laid plans of men and mice, right? So we brought it in here, and you know, I should be smarter than hook it to a front bumper, but I've never ever been accused of being too smart. Anyway, it kind of broke, so popped the bumper off, headlight, even blew holes in the hood, which is really disconcerting. So we got it hooked up underneath now, and like I said, the rope runs through the trailer, and hopefully it's not catching too many sharp edges. Come on out here, Patty. Come on, Patty. Come on, girl. Come on, girl.
Well, so let me again like that, and you'll find my shoes somewhere.
Sorry. We had more damage. I don't know how to tell it, but the side of the car rubbed on the trailer and rubbed holes in it. This car was donated by Bill Jacobson of Sports Car Service, and maybe someone can text him, or he's not on Facebook, so he can't text him either because he's got a flip phone. Anyway, someone can let him know, him or Carol Ann, that the car got damaged. So, sorry, Bill. Real sorry. If you hadn't given me a cheap Swedish plastic, wouldn't have this problem. Anyway, we got it out here, and it's a little worse for the wear, unfortunately. You can see the side of the trailer kind of got hit. Or the trailer, it hit the side of the trailer, dude. So we got some problems there. Even the steering wheel, this is really bad. We got so many mice and rats in Iowa, all the grain, and they actually chewed and cut away a section of the airbag and the steering wheel. I mean, you probably couldn't have done that with a saw if you tried. So that's kind of the problem we got in Iowa. Lots of mice and rats. I know there's one less rat when I'm in South Dakota. Anyway, I got my boxing stuff out here, so I'll take care of the rats. As some of you probably know, this is not actually a damaged car. This car was the 1993 New York Auto Show display car to show the safety features of the new Saab, new generation Saab. I think all 9000s are safe, but the 93 had a lot more safety features. And you can see highlighted areas and areas cut to show everything. And there is a chart somewhere, like this is number 6 up on the roof. This is number 10 here on the back C-pillar post. Somewhere there's a chart that shows, and that's not it, but there's a chart that shows what that stuff is. And if you move your finger, there, hi. It's always good when there's a finger in the film. But somewhere there's a chart that shows what everything is. And I know some smart aleck has come along and these are just Velcroed, and they've done that. They're never gonna figure it out. But if someone has that chart or has a photo of that, that'd be pretty cool to add to this display. But again, this was used in the 1993 Auto Show, donated by Bill Jacobson, Sports Car Service, to the Saab Heritage Museum, USA, a nonprofit, 501c3, IRS approved. Anyway, there's my commercial. Didn't have help unloading it other than Patty, and I needed more muscle. So the motorcycle got loaded in crooked. We had to kind of pick the back end up and move it over. So I got to take the bike out the back now, which means the car had to come out first. So our crazy contraption with the rope But I didn't have help, but that brings up help. I'm gonna need help out here. We're not sure when we're gonna plant it. We're thinking maybe mid to late October. Late October would put us into Halloween. And Halloween is kind of neat out here up in Deadwood. Deadwood's a cool little town, I don't know, 15 miles from here, something like that, just up the hill. With Deadwood, they have what's called Dead Weird, and that's where you get all dressed up in weird stuff. One year, Patty went as a little old man, and I went as a chesty woman. Anyway, uh-oh, I broke number 6. It's either number 6 or 9, I'm not quite sure. We'll say 9 is probably more like it. Wow, they're Cody. Can't switch them. Too soft, don't stick. So, at Dead Weird, we could maybe come out and do some work in the museum. You gotta be a little careful in October. You can get some snow out here in the hills. In 2013, we had a big storm called Atlas. It dumped about 36 inches of snow in a very short period of time. Very, very devastating to the cattle community here in South Dakota, Wyoming, and Montana. But the snow was gone in like a week. So you'd only be snowed in for a week if it did snow, so it's not the end of the world. You could just
and it would be with Saabs.
And it would be with Saabs, and we got a few Saabs in here. Tomorrow we're going to take that fire truck way back there, and we're going to drive that up to Deadwood, not Dead Weird, for cool Deadwood nights. They have a big car show. They have something like 700 plus cars going to be shown. And I know by East Coast standards, that's itty bitty, and by West Coast standards, it's itty bitty, but by Midwest standards, that's a decent car show, 700 cars. So we're going up to promote the museum. We're gonna drive the fire truck. We've got the non-Saab word on the side of the truck. So we'll show it as the Sturgis Car Museum. And go up there and see if we can't get some people to come in and put their cars in for storage. Anyway, a big thanks again to Sports Car Service, Bill Jacobson and his whole family for donating items. And I would love to have some people come out and give us a hand. We need everything from greasing bearings in a fan up there, to working on the roof, to digging in a hole and making a trench, working on a floor, working on walls, cleaning cars, putting air in cars, driving cars, putting gas in cars, charging batteries. Pretty much anything you would do in your house or garage, that's what we have to do here to get this all set up and running. So I ran my big mouth long enough. I'll say, oh, speaking of Dead Weird, Patty, do you know why witches never have babies?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
That's because...
However, this is a good time for us to sign off.
Because
from
warlocks
Sturgis,
have
South
crystal
Dakota.
balls and
Bye.
Halloween.